This show is part of the HeadStuff podcast network.
This is classic Christmastime patter, but I'm done. I can't. We had our young guys' Christmas party
we had a
on the
wonderful
weekend.
time.
It was
sore
amazing.
heads this morning.
A few sore heads this morning, and I just woke up and I was like, I can't do this. And it's only the beginning, and I was like, I can't fucking do this.
Have you loads of... I don't actually have that much drinking to do or partying to do at the Christmas silly season.
I have to meet up with my friends on Saturday, and it will.
You get to.
Friends, I get to meet up with them, and it's people who I would love to have a one-on-one conversation. Be like, how's it getting? You had that kid. I would love to. It's not going to be that. It's going to be 10 men, maybe more, just getting incredibly drunk, shouting at each other. I dread the moment the bill is dropped on the table. That's going to be horrible. I would love to talk to these people, but I'm not going to. I was like, texting my friend Michael, I was like, maybe we could just sneak off and go to the cinema. Like, that's what I would like to do. It's going to be chaos. And that's night one.
That's night one.
Then there's more. And I'm eating takeaways. I can't. I think I'm done.
I'm already constipated
It's only
thinking
just
about
started.
Christmas.
You're already constipated.
They're attractive. They're very attractive. Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my. Is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy. It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.
Me lord, have you heard of the beautiful new ale that they've made over yonder back castle? It's called Rero. It's a delightful lager made over in Isle of Ireland, in this county, Wicklow, Kilwanton. A beautiful, light, refreshing ale, and it sponsors yonder podcast, the Young Up Guys.
Thanks, Rero, for sponsoring this podcast. There's a new Indiana Jones game that has come out, and I, for some reason...
As gay.
So, Indy's gay.
Too much woke nonsense.
Indy is a bit of a
but
gay
this is
name.
how anti-woke nonsense it is. That, like, my algorithm is all... There's fucking flakes from my ear flying all over the place. Yeah, I'm falling apart.
Is it snowing in here?
No, it's a flake in my ear. Call me 99.
Stick a flake in me, I'm done.
Anyway, no, look. So my YouTube algorithm is all Indiana Jones gameplay, right? And then I saw one pop up being like, anti-fascist ? We need to talk about Indiana Jones, this game. And like, I clicked into it and it was like this fucking right-wing dude who is fascist, who is like, why are we playing a game where we're punching Nazis? As in, like, sympathetic to fucking Nazis.
They were just doing their job. They were just doing their job.
This is the fucking woke shit, like a game that's based in 1939, where you're going around, you're in fucking Nazi Germany punching Nazis.
Jesus.
And it's just, and in defense of fascists. How can you even say that? How can you even use those words? It's crazy. So I'm really looking forward to bashing
because it was
Nazis.
YouTube, 5 million likes, 10 million views.
I don't really go on YouTube anymore.
Paninis, please.
Paninis. I just remember the first time I ate a panini. Can we just talk about our Christmas party? We went out for our Christmas party. It was tame, I will think, in one sense.
I was
but also fabulous. Well, if you consider, do you know, we left at like 12:30.
That's true.
But that felt like a full. We met at,
I got my
met at
first
7.
experience of going out with parents who have a babysitter booked, and they arrived, I'd say like maybe 10 minutes after. I was on my first drink, and there is a fever that parents who have got a babysitter booked that night, they'd be like, drink. Then I'm like halfway through my drink. Tony's like, ting. He actually went to Terry, you haven't get me another drink.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Bang, 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 bang.
Terry was like mid-conversation, and he's like, Terry, go get me a drink. And then she just was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
she just went and did it.
100%.
They were shooting cocktails like they were shots. Like,
remember we were at the Gladiator 2 premiere and I spent most of the time getting her fucking, mojito, and I got the wrong one that was based on Paul Mezcal.
Yeah.
And then I had to
the
go back and
mezcal,
return. I got the mezcal
yeah.
one and she drank it. She's like, what the fuck is that shit? And like, this is how we talk to each other. So I'm like, Terry, get me a drink. I literally walked in. I'm like, you go out to the back. I'm going to get the drinks. You're going to get the next one.
Yeah.
We just bish.
They're bang, bang, bang. They're like, like that.
Professional.
Yes.
Professional.
We're here to see you, but we are here to drink.
Yes.
And then we went to go see Soda Blonde.
Wonderful show.
Unbelievable.
And it was
Faye and the
really
boys did a
great.
Great job.
And they're hot. We were saying
so
that
hot.
on bonus. They actually are such rides.
Such
I
a
think
hot
they're
band.
such a hot band, and I think that is, we shouldn't put too much value in that, but it's nice.
It's nice.
It is nice.
It's
to look at hot people.
nice. It's nice to look at hot people who look nice.
We were there. Ray is a super fan.
My Raymond. Yes, so we bought tickets, Raymond and I, and then Killian and Tony used their celebrity connections to get free tickets.
Only because it was sold out because we didn't buy them when Raymond asked
Sold
us
out
to.
so quickly because Sundermann were doing well.
Yeah.
And so it sold out very fast. And we thought, we'll be able to sneak one at some... It's just, we had a mental block.
Anyway, it was
We used our
fine.
celebrity
And then we
connections.
were like, what will we do after? Because we didn't want to go back. You can go back. There's after show that goes on in Vicar Street. At the start of the night, I was like, I'm not intruding. I know we have the passes to go up there, but I don't want to intrude on their night. It's their night. It's the end of the year. Maybe it's their last gig of the year. And then by the time the show was finished, I was like, we're going up there.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. You think I'm traipsing downtown in December, going looking for somewhere? Nowhere for a seat. We couldn't get a seat. No way. I'm going upstairs. I'm drinking up there. And actually, it was grand because we didn't actually intrude upon them. There were lots of people there because they're much more cool. And
Far cooler.
when we do Vicar Streets, such as 31st of May, Marhampla,
Or it's already- or
30th
last
of May,
Thursday.
Marhampla,
30th of May.
Or last Thursday,
Last
which you were
Thursday,
there for.
Marhampla. When we do Vicar Streets, there's a few people are in there or whatever, or your aunties and stuff come in. They had loads of people.
They had loads of
and
people.
cool people.
Yeah.
Everyone was hot. People were going around. They
Yeah.
all had big dicks for some reason. I
Yeah.
never saw them, but I just knew.
Kept getting hit in the face. It was
Yeah, there was
crazy.
dicks everywhere.
A lot of rapid turning. I didn't really get a look at many people because I was steamed and I was staring
Tell them
down
what
at-
you were drinking.
Him and Terry were just...
I was
tell
drinking. I was drinking Blue Wicked,
Tony drank Blue Wicked unironically after the
and
show.
you kept saying to me "Oh, I can't believe you're not laughing about this."
I found it so funny.
Yeah, I just had too much
He
Guinness.
was a man on a mission.
I had too much Guinness, and I needed the exact opposite.
We
You
were
know?
so hungover the next day, and we were like, oh, like that. Because we went home and everyone got takeaway, I assume? Or
I got
did
a
they?
very bad takeaway. I have to say.
What did you
I'm
get?
not going to call it the Chinese, but
I
it
got
was pretty bad.
Mazzonis, and they were there so fast. It was actually, I was almost like, that's too quick.
Oh, yeah.
They were
We got
so
Sprezzatura.
fast.
Sorry.
You got
What?
Sprezzatura?
Sorry.
Why are you fucking... Did you
Half
sit
12?
down for- What?
What? For dinner?
Sprezzatura.
Oh,
the
when we
next
went
day.
home
I
at
thought you, I
night.
thought you went home.
God.
Oh, at night. No.
Oh my God.
No.
You were
No,
ordering
no.
a
Whoa,
fancy
whoa, whoa, whoa,
fine
whoa.
dining on the way
No,
home.
on the Sunday or whatever day after the party, we got Sprezzatura.
I'd love if you
On
guys...
the nighttime, we got Chop Chop.
At
Chop Chop
at
arrives
1
before you
a.m.
finish.
in the morning, Shane and Ray
Yeah.
bursting into Sprezzatura, like, I'll take
No,
a seat
no,
by the window,
no.
please.
We were banging on the shutter. Hey! Hey!
A Capri salad.
I need my cacio pepe.
Gnocchi with a pesto cream sauce, please.
Yeah, well, we actually got Chop Chop, which is on Clonbassel Street, and it arrives before you finish. You put down your phone, and they're knocking on the door. It's
Wow.
miraculous and one of the greatest. So we got that.
It's called Chop Chop because that's what you never say to them when
You
because
don't
they're
never need
so
to.
fast.
Something like that.
Did you watch that? On
I
TV?
don't remember. We watched maybe some of the drag queens or something. I want to shout out some girl. Oh, no, that sounds terrible. To a woman at the show where I went to the toilet and then I couldn't find yous. And this was fun because this lady was like my PA. She's like, they're over there. And
Oh,
she was
wow.
able to see where yous were.
Oh,
So she
wow.
knew us from this podcast.
Thank you so much.
So shout out to that some girl. That was helpful of you. People were very strict at the show, I found, about getting out of the way when people have to go toilet or go to the bar. Chill out.
Really?
Everyone calm down. People were not move. It was we're standing at the back of the room. We're at the back. There's no more space to walk. To be fair, I'm at the back. You can't just have, you don't own the space on the floor. People were very strict in there. It upsets me.
I didn't notice.
I want
'cause
us all
had
to
that
share
kind of-
together the communal
Don't
space.
even notice
Bunk
because he was
duvet.
at all times consuming some sort of drink.
I brought Tony for a secret shot, which I feel like is grown up. I was
Wait,
saying-
wait.
Trying to explain this.
What?
I went to the toilet and I came
secret
out of the
shot.
toilet and Tony's coming into the toilet.
You guys, I noticed it took a while.
Yeah. So then
You guys had a shot.
yeah.
We did, yeah.
And then
after chatting to Byrne Barry as well, we were chatting.
sorry, hold on. Is this too much detail about it? Is this
That
too?
is so
Is this too
unfair.
granular?
We were chatting to Bren, who books.
You guys had a
Vicar
shot
Street,
without me.
and we were
Yeah.
talking about our careers with Bren for a little while. He was really complimentary to the two of us, and then we celebrated that with a shot.
I felt like that's an adult way of
I
drinking.
quit the young hot guys.
Come on.
I know I quit the young hot guys.
You had disappeared as well, by the way, for a little while. At one point, I don't know.
I was wrapping presents for you guys, but then I saw you guys. I walked up and I saw you guys taking a shot with Brent Berry, and
We didn't do.
and then I threw them in. I threw them in the thing, and then Joni Mitchell started playing, and I took off my skirt and it fell to the floor. And I realised that you had bought the neck brace for the other woman at the office.
Shane's worried about giving too much detail, are you?
I just feel that's a bit granular. We got a bit detailed on that. And it's actually a bit dull. You know, it's like hearing about someone else's night out. It's not that good, is it?
No, and I had a dream as well the other day. I'm going to tell you about it for the next 10 minutes.
It's
where
a
I
bit
was
like that.
Greg Wallace, actually, I was sitting across from Greg Wallace. And then me and Terry were like, oh my God, did you hear about? And then he was like, and then I was like, we were about to talk about him. And he's like, about what? And I'm like, nothing. Nah, come on, mate, about what? This is the dream I had.
Oh, he was right there.
He was right there, you know. So
He knows what you're talking about.
he does. I was kind of hoping he might give us some of his patented, you know, fucking blue humor, but he didn't in the dream, at least.
Yeah, there's a lot. You're hearing more and more stuff about what he said. And
One of them was about, will you lick my arsehole?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. At work. He said
is a
that to
work
someone at
environment.
work. I made, no, I did,
I'm just saying, you made a blue joke.
I did
earlier
make a
to
blue
Hilary.
joke
Yeah.
to Hilary. Now, Hilary laughed, but then I had to check afterwards. I was like, I hope you didn't laugh about discomfort. And she was like, no, it was funny. It was kind of, we're queer people. We can, you know.
I didn't laugh immediately because the air was sucked out of my lungs.
I know, it was a really
on
weird thing to
the
say.
You know, whether it was going to laugh or not. And then she laughed, I think because she was distracted. She was distracted because she gave us some very funny news.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, we haven't got it, right? But
Okay. Well, it'll probably be posted by then, no?
let's tell it anyway.
Yeah. Well, so basically, the way it works with Spotify is when you do your Spotify Wrapped or whatever, you get a Spotify Wrapped as someone who makes things, creates things, does things for people. And we got our stats. And what it does is it kind of takes your, I don't know how it does, but it gives you a personality. So it might say, for example, Hilary said, who do you guys think you are? I said, damsel in distress. You know,
But it could be things like, you know, the educator. It
The
could
educator.
be, you know, the expert or something like that.
The listener.
what did we get, Tony?
We got storyteller.
The story. When I tell you we screamed when Hilary showed us it, like
Well, it
it
makes
was
sense because we're storytellers.
Storytellers.
probably it's just natural because we're three Irish people.
And I've noticed.
Yeah.
I've noticed Irish people have a knack for telling stories.
We do.
It's just in our heritage or something. It's just an energy to storytellers. But we screamed, and I was glad that we came into. We're in HeadStuff extra early today, and I was glad there was no one else around because that would have been too loud as well. And if people were even in soundproof booths, they would have been shut up because
my
we
God, we
actually howled. It was very funny. I just double checked if Hilary sent it to us yet. She hasn't sent it to us yet. So
You know.
Storytellers.
But I mean, that was already proof enough from us telling you about every drink that we had at our work too. Do you know what I mean? That was very clear how
very
expert
clear.
storytellers
Our abilities of telling stories.
we are.
Sean Burke, friend of the pod, Sean Burke, he was tweeting, can somebody please make a sketch about, it was on X, formerly Twitter, about the Christmas party, the morning after Christmas party, because there are so many sketches, people, or not sketches, but videos about the Christmas party. And there was one that Sean and I were messaging about. Sean was like, it's another genre entirely. People are no longer making jokes. They're just doing videos of the stuff you say after a Christmas party, as in, but there's no joke.
Yeah.
There's no take. They were like, oh, that was a good night, wasn't it? Oh, it was bloody packed in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't that funny when Tina took Michael under the mistletoe? Oh, it was a nice place. Oh, saw it this morning. I was like, right,
Yeah.
right. But what is the joke?
Do you know what I'd
What
love
is this
to see?
weird fucking sick hyper realism that you're just, there's no joke. It's just saying what people say.
I'd love to see Ireland on the phone to the morning after. Ireland on the phone the morning after the Christmas do.
Oh, stop.
There's a guy who does stuff where he's
Where
about
Ireland's on the
340 videos. He's famously stole probably all of our stuff. I feel like you're harder to steal from, Tony. Actually, I'd
He's
love to see him.
individual. Tony's
You couldn't really steal one of Tony's, but mine. Mine have been stolen by him.
they're not
He's
funny.
this guy. But actually, if you watch his thing, he's got loads of followers. I was watching on him. He's got a good few followers, but he has like one joke, and it's the weather is bad. And I famously have some jokes which are the weather is bad, but like there's maybe like 50 videos, and they're all going outside, but it's Ireland.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Or like, trying to fly a kite, but it's Ireland. Drying your clothes outside, but it's Ireland. And I'm like,
That's gas.
And there's some of them millions of views.
There'd be a good one where, this is a good one, right? Someone looking at the window and being like, you think they're going to be like, that's good drying weather. But they're like, look, that's the immersions out there.
Yeah.
Just kind of jumble them up, you know? Oh, look,
You
flat
can
seven.
dry
That's good.
clothes
That's-
outside. There has to be a bit of air going through them. That's what's
good
important.
flat
That's what's the
7-Up weather,
temperature outside.
you know.
Nothing to do with the temperature. It's more to do with the wind.
Just it has to be a bit of wind. That's why you can't put them on the clothes wires too close to them because there's not a bit no air that goes through them.
Yeah, I'm not hanging that shit.
Do you know I spend so many hours of my week thinking about the clothes drying. Like in America, they're like, so I toss it in the dryer, and it's like, well, that's bad for the enviro, which is the environment.
Yes.
Yeah, but they can't. I mean, because you don't just as someone who lived in New York and lived in America, there is a place you go to called a laundromat where you wash your clothes, right? You can't just put your clothes into the fucking laundry thing,
The washing machine.
and wash it,
Wow.
and then bring a big bag of heavy wet clothes, bring them through the New York freezing winter where they will all be frozen by the time you get home. Bring it back to your shoebox apartment and somehow find a place to hang them up. That's not possible.
I live in a shoebox house. I have to find. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah, but
and I live that, and I find a way.
You don't
I
look
find
at
a
when
way.
you're going to look at 15 minutes and then up the stairs. Most of these places don't have elevators and they're not working. You have to call the super because the super's there and the super's
I feel
not
like
answering your
this
phone.
is you're now jumped on. The only thing I've expressed that a lot of my worries are about my clothes drying, and you're just now on a speech about New
No,
York.
you were going after
What
Americans.
do they do with their dishes? They're like going down the stairs, being, I'm just going to the dishwashers. Clink, clink, clink.
Throw it over the bag, toss it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't have a dishwasher. I'd love a dishwasher so
You don't have a
much.
We have one,
dishwasher?
It's incredible.
Oh my
incredible.
God.
Don't have a dishwasher.
Why don't you get one of those on TikTok that you see, like this perfect? You know,
I want.
tabletop
I don't know if
dishwasher?
they're real, but I do think about it sometimes.
Just get a dog.
I don't want a dog. I don't have space for a dog.
Lick the
I came
plates.
up to my parents one time and their dishwasher had been broken for a while.
Oh my God.
And I came in and they had instead of a dishwasher, my mum was like, instead of a dishwasher, we got another freezer. And I was like, what? She's like, the other freezer just wasn't, we needed more stuff to freeze. And I was like, is that a good idea? And she goes, yeah, it's great. We love it. And I looked over at my dad and my dad was like, yeah, we both think it's a great idea. And I was just like, he doesn't think that was a good idea.
My parents did get a second fridge as well, despite as less boys live in the house, there's less food, but they have more refrigerator storage.
We just need more out-of-date reggae sauce. We just
No,
need
it is that,
more
though.
reggae sauce from 2014.
Yeah.
It's filling up the fridge.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's bread in there from, before 9/11.
In the fridge.
No, they wouldn't be dodgy like
No, in
that,
the
but they
freezer.
do have two fridges.
It's amazing though. Like I didn't have a dishwasher for so long. I think I only got one for the first time ever in my, living away from home. Like maybe 5 years ago, having a dishwasher. We only got a kettle there the other day.
What do you mean? What?
You haven't had a kettle?
What have you been doing?
Boiling water.
Do you have tea? Do you
We
drink
have
tea?
much tea, and we have a
Medieval
coffee machine.
times. Surf.
Yeah.
Are you a surf?
I'm
You have a
surf.
coffee machine. You
We
don't
have a
drink
coffee
tea.
machine. We don't drink tea.
Okay, but what
Yeah.
about when you're making pasta?
We just put cold water in with a boil.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What the hours you've wasted?
I know. And I got a toaster and a kettle. And it's
What have you been doing before with the bread?
so actually putting it in the oven or the air fryer. And it's been too
To make
hard
toast.
To make toast. It's been awful.
How
My
do you
parents.
make fire? What do you do? Do you rub two sticks together?
Well, no, we've looked at these kind of things like a ligator or something. I've only read it ligator or something. But
We
we've been-
didn't have a toaster for years
Flint.
when we were kids, and so we used to make toast on the grill, like old fashionedy. And then my parents in classic, you just don't tell your kids things. Somebody was babysitting us one time, and we were like, right, time for toast and then bed. And then he was like, all right, and he's like, do you have it one side or two? We're like, what? And he's like, do you toast both sides of the bread or just one? And we're like, what do you mean you can toast both sides? So my parents were obviously just like saving time in their life and was like, there, right, that's toast. That'll
Yeah.
do. And one side of it was pure
Bread.
and the other side was toast. And then this guy blew the whole thing wide open and nothing was the same again. We're like, excuse me. They came home the next day. We're like, excuse me. What? They probably hung over. God love them. And we're like, we had toast last night and both sides were toasted. What the fuck have you been giving us for years?
Broast?
Yeah. Broast? What is this? Broast? Anyway,
I
my
remember
cousin, she has a degree in science, and she told me that the toast is brown because of the sugars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The what's it called? The I don't remember the name of it. I remember that song. I also only had toast on one side, and I remember really liking that line in Englishman in New York, the Sting song. Like I like my toast done on one side. You know
I
that?
can't think of the line.
Oh, it's the I'm an alien, I'm an illegal alien, I'm an Englishman.
I like my toast
in
done
New
on
York.
one side.
No, he
Is that-
goes. It's like I like my toast done on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York.
That's nice.
Well, you don't get it. I remember.
Is there a joke there?
Yeah.
There's a real line in the song that says
That's
that?
a real line that says it. I love. I've been singing "Fields of Gold" to the kids when they fall asleep. By Sting.
After they've already fallen asleep?
Usually, yeah.
Eva Cassidy's version is beautiful.
That makes me think of like Cancer. So I don't listen to that one.
Okay.
But yeah, I love that song because it reminds me of the first time I got a kiss. Fields of Gold. I had met up. I was texting this girl, and we met up in town, and we were walking around, kind of holding hands. We hadn't kissed yet, and then we went into Golden Discs, and I said, "Can I have a tenner to buy?"
Oh,
this
that.
Straight
I remember
Sticks?"
that.
And she gave it to me.
Oh, God.
You kissed that girl?
She kissed him.
Was it what? It was the moment he asked me for a tenner that I knew.
She was really put out by it as well.
She should be.
Yeah, I know.
€10 at that age is a lot of money.
Serious wedge. It's a mad thing to do. But that beautiful song always reminds me of the time it was just something so egregious as to ask a girl for a tenner. You know. You'll remember.
Whenever she hears that song, she thinks that fucking tick.
Yeah, probably. Probably ruined that song now. Yeah, but sometimes you just get a bit, colourful with your songs after the kids have kind of fallen asleep. You might crack into, Jesus to a Child or something like that after Wheels in the Bus.
What's
So
that
you
one?
just Jesus to a Child.
George Michael.
So what have I learned?
Why do you need to sing to kids? Why do they need that?
They like it.
Well, what do they like it for? What are they getting? Just calm.
I think they're getting, just the comfort. It's also just like a bit of a show, so they shut the fuck up, to be honest.
Right.
It's like kind of TV.
Daddy's singing now.
Yeah. Daddy's singing it. And I'm awful. Sometimes Terry will come in because maybe they're both being a bit kind of ratty, and so Terry might come in and then I'll start singing. She'll start singing along and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
This is not a duet,
Yeah,
Terry.
this is not a duet. She put me off. She doesn't know the lyrics. She doesn't know the lyrics.
That's gay.
She put me off.
There was one. My
I'd be like,
brother.
the west wind falls. And I'm like,
You'll
west wind moves.
remember me. Shut the fuck up. When the west
No, I'm
wind
like,
this is my verse.
I'm fucking smacking
My line.
I'm smacking her, I do.
My brother asked my dad to sing the one about or maybe it was me, I can't remember. Somebody asked him, sing the one about the girl going to sleep. And he was like, which? And I was like, the song about the girl going to sleep. Because the song that the child recognized was my dad would sing Good Night, Irene. Irene, good night, Irene. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Anyway, that. And so in the child's head, they were also in bed. So Good Night, Irene is about a little girl called Irene going to sleep.
That's sweet.
So he was like, sing the one about the girl going to sleep.
If you tell them that any song is about something, like, I told Sonny that like Rio is about that bird Rio from the movie Rio. By Duran Duran.
What's
but like
Rio?
by Duran. Her name is Rio and she dances. And I was
do you only sing them songs from the 80s?
Yeah, I think I do. And I've been singing Bob Marley to them.
Seen Sonny has this big mullet like mine. He has a big curly mullet.
Your mullet is lush, by the way. I love it.
He's
It
got
is looking
big
very
kind of flashy jackets and big pointy shoulder.
And if you change some of the lyrics, so like the lead singer of Fall Out Boy, Patrick Stump, does all the music for the Spider-Man show that's on Disney Plus, and it's actually fucking banging. If you want to see the best unreleased Spider-Man related album from Fall Out Boy, it's there on Spotify. But,
I've been wondering.
but then I was trying to get him into Fall Out Boy, and I couldn't. He was like, "No, this isn't Spider-Man," so I had to put like Spider-Man into some songs.
Okay,
like Sugar We're Going Down Swinging. I'm like, see, swinging.
Oh, yeah.
Or like Grand Theft Autumn, it's like, where is your boy tonight? I hope he is a Spider-Man. It's meant to be gentleman,
Yeah. I like anyone who can make good music for kids, things that are cool. Like I really like,
really cool.
from the Lego movie, Tegan and Sarah's one of
Yeah.
everything is awesome.
Yeah.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. I just think
love
that
that
is so cute. It's a fun song, but it's such cute message, just like so simple. It's like everything's awesome, everything's cool if you're part of a team. Like being part of a team is so important. I just think that's adorable, and it's also fun, cool.
But of course, everything
poppy
isn't
song.
awesome. The world is in a state of chassis.
It's never been more dangerous.
No.
The world is truly on its edge. Don't mind the climate change, but
Write
of course,
a song about that.
man-made troubles.
And Sarah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm in that film, Life is Beautiful, where I'm having to hide the horrors of the world from my child.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
By
will be
singing-
shot.
Will be shot, by singing
Great film. Love that film.
Soldier.
I might watch that.
I watched it once and I'm never watching it again.
Too much?
It's
Too sad?
actually, it's just
too Trevor.
too painful.
Yeah.
It's
incredible.
too upsetting.
Roberto Benigni. Wow,
I didn't like the way he
what
was
a
standing on everyone's head trying to get his Oscar.
He wasn't even standing on the chairs.
That was the height of disrespect.
He was standing on the
This
chairs.
is the Oscars we're talking about. You don't stand on chairs. You don't slap people.
But he's Italian. He's passionate, and he wanted the Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say sorry? Just because we went on a bit of an anti-Stanley Tucci tirade.
You did. I was not involved.
Absolutely U-turned. Watched this show, Stanley Tucci in Search of Italy, and it was an incredible show, and that guy is great. I love his show.
I thought you would watch that and that's how you'd made your mind up. He's
no,
incredible.
No. It was his videos online that kind of started to turn me a little bit, and I was like, oh, that guy's incredible. I love him. He's fantastic.
He's amazing.
And he's hot as fuck in
He's
that
hot
show.
as fuck.
It's so good
and he's
looking.
making pasta with old pasta grannies and he's like just
and he
speaking
speaks
Italian.
and he lived there for a year.
Mm.
As a child, his parents brought him back, and it's a great. And I'm telling you, Shane, watch this show, and you'll be like, Mr. Tucci, yes, please.
No, thank you.
Give me a touch of the tooch.
No, thank you.
Touching cloth.
No, thank you.
It's
I'm
a
just
no?
not a
It's a firm
fan.
no.
I'm not going to be a fan.
He's great.
I
Is
put
it
him
because
in a
he took your
category.
culture?
Took my
He
culture.
appropriated your culture?
No, I don't care about that. Him playing the gay roles. Sure, look, we all have to work.
Yeah,
You play straight here, for example.
You play straight.
I am straight.
This should be Peter McGann, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is I took a job from Peter McGann
Straight
just for
man like Peter
diversity.
McGann, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Peter.
Diversity
You
hire.
lose.
Who's the personality hire?
Definitely not me.
Not me.
Yeah, if you have to ask,
Definitely not me.
it's you.
But if you're diversity hire,
Tony's dad owns the business.
your dad owns the business. I'm the personality hire.
Yeah.
So I'm not good at my job, but I'm a bit of crack to be around.
Yeah.
That's what personality hire is.
Well,
You're the bimbo with respect.
Okay, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But,
I'll
know,
take it.
But like a well-read one.
Okay,
A well-read.
well-read.
One. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what I am. In fact, I don't like this this kind of questioning.
that's
because,
reductive. Can I
I
ask
don't
why
know.
you don't have an earring? When do you decide to have an earring and when do you decide
Well,
not to?
the earring that you... so I took my earring out because we were shooting No Worries If Not, and I had to take
Can't
it out
wait.
because I was playing many different characters. Sometimes you could be playing a doctor. You could be playing a lawyer. So
wear many
having the
hats.
earring was out so that I was just more versatile as a face, even though all these characters had mullets.
yeah.
And then when we finished, my hair had gotten long enough that I was like, do you know what? A hoop earring will look good. So I took the hoop earring that was in my house. But unfortunately, that hoop earring is now about to get on a plane and go to Australia because I stole my girlfriend's hoop earring. So
Wow.
now what I need to do after this is get one. And that's why we are storytellers, because that story was so interesting.
It was interesting.
You should get on to my wife. I love
Tony's
that
wife
Borat guy.
has gorgeous jewelry.
Yeah,
Love
well, I
that
just need to
Borat
get
guy.
one because, again, I stole Anna's.
And what about you had an earring and then you have one? Right, you have one on the you're right.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Still have that, yeah.
Just that.
And would you ever
Can't
go
have
for
that.
the other ear as well?
I think I will.
Do you know what? I am an ally, but I still feel like it's one of my toxic leftover things where, I can't.
You won't get that because it's the gay ear.
It's the gay ear. But obviously I don't care about that, but I don't know what it is. I think it's just a leftover kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, everything changed since 9/11.
Can I get another one in my lobe? Was that stupid?
I
No,
used to
be
have
great.
a ear pierced.
Yeah, I had the top of it
But it
pierced
just
as
never
well.
healed. It just never ever healed. I had it for years and years, and it just was always.
That's not cool
sore.
anymore, I don't think, is
No,
it?
it's not cool. It's not cool.
If I got the top of the ear done as well. I had that done twice.
I think I'm gonna go double ear while my hair is long. I think it looks okay with long hair.
I think you should get your
Well,
eyebrow.
that was a swipe at me. Looks okay with hair. That's what you're trying to say.
You got hair. You got loads of hair.
On my butt.
just in a
I think you
different-
should get your eyebrow pierced. I think that's a very good
No,
short
the
hair.
eyebrow,
Short-haired gay
no.
man look is the eyebrow
No,
pierced.
that's a real gay man from like 2001.
that's like-
that was it.
Queer as folk kind of.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I had my eyebrow done so everyone
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Mhm.
We had a moment yesterday, and I was wearing this Russian woolly hat that I got for Christmas last year that I only started just feeling comfortable wearing.
It looks
again.
better on her. Looks
Quite
insane
a
on you.
thing. Everyone looking at it going like, it looks incredible on you. It looks so good. And it's like, it's actually Killian's. And I'm like, yeah, and actually it looks really good on me as well. Take out a photo of me wearing it. Dead silence in the room.
We didn't look right.
He said to us, it looks good
Dead
on me too,
silence.
but it doesn't. Not that
No. He needs to know.
I
No,
don't
no.
think it's not. I feel like you're like it even like Anna looks real beautiful, like a Soviet spy, honey trap vibe.
Yeah.
But You're like, look, I just don't think it suits
And
you
it
at all.
should.
Actually.
You have a big head, like every hat
I
should.
don't think it suits you.
I look like one of the Russian soldiers who did dodgy things. After
You can't
the
have
war
it all.
in Germany.
You can't have it all.
No.
You can't have everything.
No.
Looks
Doesn't
like
look good on me.
cover of Stalin, the book from Stalingrad. kind of.
Stalin's drunk brother who never amounted to anything but sort of stuck around.
I'd say Stalin was drunk a lot, was he? Or did he not drink?
I
Hitler
feel
didn't
like he
drink.
lived in
No,
a
all those
really-
leaders were famously dead sober. Churchill, Marhampla, Stalin.
Churchill.
Churchill didn't really do as
Alcoholic.
many purges.
No, he was gacked at the fucking gills.
I'd say so.
Yeah, he
I would
was.
say so. The
He went to go
opiates.
visit his bunker, and it was like he saw his menu for the day. and it
Wait,
was
whose
like fucking-
bunker?
Churchill's bunker.
He had a bunker as well?
Yeah, they all
Yeah,
had
you can
bunkers
visit
back
it in
then.
London.
Yeah,
I promised stepdad.
thinking of getting one.
A bunker.
Yeah,
Mm.
more on that to come.
Wow.
There's not.
I'm in the market for a bunker.
When you look at your mullet, are you like? Do you look at it and you're like, all right, it's almost PJs. It's almost PJs now, or you're like, it's not fucking PJs.
Oh, well, it's kind of in a different. I can't actually see it right now, but I didn't wash my hair this morning, so maybe it looks different. But
Looks greasy.
I feel like it's quite.
leave him alone.
I'm only joking.
If only you had a good hat you could wear. Cover that shit.
No, I mean, I did look the other day, and I was like, it's close to PJs. It's almost PJ. I'm slowly becoming PJ.
Oh, you will. You'll get there. You will get there.
I'll get there one day. And I did a boxing class the other night. Oh
Did
my
you?
God. Just last night.
Did you get the head reefed off you?
Oh my God. It was more like just like a fitness thing where you were just like punching a bag and then you were doing weights and stuff like that. I was doing it. We met friends of ours and we did this thing. It's like with a class pass or something like that. I'd never done this kind of thing before. But it's what people who kind of want to limit their exercise into a very condensed, intense period, right? 40 minutes.
Class.
Yeah, fitness class. But like it was intense. And then the guy, like I'm a tall, strong man, so he goes, "Well, I'm a tall man," and so like they're giving. I'm already stepping back. But so he comes over to be the boxing lad, and he, sometimes that happens when you're, a large man. Like Anna's using this 5 kg medicine ball and like having to do this and slam it and stuff like that. And he taps me on the shoulder. In the midst, this is like round 4. I'm absolutely wrecked. I'm sweating buckets. No part of me looks like I'm a capable human being. And he goes, "Listen, I'll get you the heavier one." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, God, thanks, good." Gives me this thing. It's like 10 kgs or something. I don't know, more. And I was dying, but my fragile masculinity just wouldn't let me go, "Listen, can I maybe get the smaller ball?" Couldn't do it. Had to endure.
I went to one of those classes and it said it was like the fitness levels of boxing is what they were aiming for.
Yeah.
But it emerged shortly after the little warm-up-y bit that it was a partner-based class. That you and another person would play around doing boxing. And when they were like, "Just pair up there," and I was like, "Fuck!" And this poor girl, I was like, for that reason, I'm out.
For that
Right? I
reason.
was full Duncan Bannatyne. I'm out of there, right?
Yeah.
Because
I don't like your projections. You're making no sense.
Yeah.
call me Deborah Meaden. Because I'm leaving, right? No, but I just was like, this poor girl came up to me and she was like, "Oh, so I guess we got a partner." And I just looked at this girl in the eye, and I looked over at the man who was teaching the class, and I just was like, no. I just walked right out of there.
Oh, wow.
And he watched me. He's like, he was almost, I think he may have said, "Everything all right?" And I was like, "Well, no, it's not. I'm not playing fitness games with a stranger. Like, absolutely not. What am I supposed to say? Like, yeah, you're doing great when it's my go to hold the mitts, whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah.
I have other, life is too short. Life is too short. I'm not doing that.
And Life is Beautiful, a great film.
No, life is beautiful, but it's miserable.
Did you do a proper like Irish goodbye?
I just walked right on it.
I need the bathroom.
Got my water bottle, got my towel, didn't sneak out, didn't go, "Oh, excuse me, I have to go to the toilet." I just was like, no, not doing this. And I think that is great. That is a great thing.
That's how I know you're lying, because you do that weird little posh voice that you do. Where you're like, "I have to go to the toilet." And I'm like, that's a weird way of saying it.
No,
I don't think we're going to see him again. That's
No,
how
I
know
don't.
he's lying.
Actually-
Yes, he's like,
Sorry, excuse me, I just actually have to go over here for a second.
no, the toilet's that way. I know, I'm going to be in the streets.
Actually, what I say is I'm
I'm a
going for a
lady.
pish, because in a Scottish accent, because
For the pesh.
I saw Limmy years ago, and at the interval, he was like, "You can all go for a pish. I'll go for a pish." And then we all went to the break, came back, and he's like, "Do you have a nice pish?"
Yeah.
And it just stuck with me forevermore. So actually, I will often say, even between main and bonus in this podcast, I'll say, "I have to go for a pish."
I have to go for
So
a pesh.
I don't do a little high-pitched, highfalutin girly voice. I'm actually such a bloke.
Yes,
And
you did,
actually,
bloke.
I'm a bigger bloke than both of you sometimes.
I know, it's
I
true.
will say that.
Absolutely.
Not denying that.
It's not something that we have ever denied.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you hoping for a bit more fight back there?
No. I just think it's important just to, I know that we all know that, but I wanted to look in both your eyes while we discussed it. And know that I'm twice the man you are.
I'm going to do boxing. I'm going to become really good at boxing.
Oh.
That's my thing. I was just like, I could be good at this. I could be a slugger. I was walking in because
It's hard to hear you say that.
again,
and support
I'm a
you.
man.
I believe you.
I have my like everyone before we were like at its friends and stuff like that, and everyone's like, "Are you a bit nervous?" Like none of us have ever done this before, and I was like, I don't know why, but my brain, I think because I'm a man, makes me think I'm actually probably already really good at this.
I'm a great
somehow.
boxer.
And I was like, I've actually kind of imagined myself being really good at this most days of my life for the last 31 years. So I just think I'm going to be fine.
This is what it winds me up so much. Like when lads like you're there and they're getting all like, "Oh fucking, I'll fucking knock your man," and like you would in your shite. And I find it so funny that boys just think, having never boxed before, that they can get into a life and death competition with another human being. It's like you would not. I've said this before. You would not enter like a crochet competition for your life where you could get knocked out. You would acknowledge the fact, no, I don't know crochet, but everyone just seems to think I'm a martial artist. I can do this.
There was a statistic being shared the other day that something like 60% of men think that they could land a plane in an emergency if the pilot was incapacitated. And then I saw a lot of people slagging it, a lot of women slagging it, and I was like, fucking good. I was like, that is fantastic that level of confidence exists. I know it may be at the expense of other things along the way, but thank God for such gumption that people will have to go, I'll be able to land the plane. One of them might. One of them might be able to do
hands
it.
up who
But
thinks
all
they
the
could land a
different-
plane. I think I could. Hand in the
tiny
air.
part of me does think I might be able to.
I do
anyway,
think I could do it.
If the
Doesn't
guy was
look
in
that
my
hard.
ears telling me what to do next,
this
they're
thing,
like,
isn't it?
and they say, "You're doing great, Shane. Now press this." I'd be like,
I
God.
think I could do it.
And
That's where you'd lose me now. That's where you'd lose me.
No, but I think I just think it's. I know it's silly. You go, of course you can't. All that plane stuff was rubbish. If that happened to the plane, you're dead. Right? That's the end. No one survives plane crashes. But that's the end of it. But how great. If there wasn't such confidence, such gumption, such conviction, such self-belief, against all the odds, nothing would happen. Nothing
right.
would
It would be
happen.
like, can anyone fly a plane? And then, like 60 hands shoot in the air. It's like it would actually the plane would go down because all the men would start fighting over who actually gets to do it.
Yeah.
There'd be a queue down the plane like, all right, my go. No,
Yeah.
give us a shot.
my
Press
shot.
that
It's
one.
my shot.
Pushing every single button.
fighting, just getting knocked out.
Can anyone here fly a plane? I think I could. I think I could give it a go.
Sorry, there's been a fight in the cockpit. 5 lads are sparked out. Is there a doctor in the house? All the hands go up again.
All I want to do is tracheotomies with a big pen.
Yeah.
That's all we know how to do.
Guys, unfortunately, the pilots got into a fight over whose go it was.
They're all dead.
They're both dead. They had a fight over whose go it was. Yeah.
It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to shake though. Like even like Terry's a proper did all the scouts and beavers and cubs and scouts and ventures, and every single time we've been in a situation where we've had to light a fire or something like that, she's done it. She's very good at it. She stokes fires, is able to keep them maintained. But I just have
We
this.
stand a stoking queen.
I just seem to think that I can we were burning the letters for Santi because we weren't going to post them, so we got all the sparks go off into the sky, and then Santi gets them on his end for the kids. Because I'm fucking arse going to post
That was
office,
some good
right?
improv. That's,
Yeah, so we did that. So I'm trying to light the letters and it's not working. And Terry's like, "Let me do it." And I'm like, "No." And I'm just, it's mansplaining, man tasking or something like that. Where I'm just have this assumption that, but it's a real, I don't know, it's a real goal of
And
mine.
the world,
Yeah, but
is-
it's different. I like that. The confidence thing about thinking flying the plane. You're just a misogynist.
Yes.
That's well documented. Like
Yeah.
Let
Let me show you how to put that bra on. Fucking hell.
you can't put a bra on.
Can't put a fucking bra on.
So you've gotten so far, and you're kind of like.
I'm actually very good at taking off bras because I practiced on a pillow and I could do it one-handed. So
It's very cool of you.
Cool,
Anna's
cool.
the boss of the
And I
van.
scored the whole
Anna's
off the
van
pillow.
boss. It's her van, and so whenever we're at a mechanics, they will always talk to me. They will stare at me, and I will be staring at them with absolute blank eyes. Anna will be standing next to me, and then he will go, "All right, so we've got to do this, and then that, and then we need to do the thing, and then he needs to put it there, and the carburetor, and then you need to put it with the timing belt, and that all needs to go, and it's new, but we'll get there, and we'll sort." And then he'll walk off, and then I'll just turn to Anna and say, "Did you hear that?" And she goes, yeah, it's fine. I got it. And I'm like, he's just staring at me saying words, and I'm just like hoping that the net that is Anna is catching some of this.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
It is just flying through my ears. Just going, phew. you could, you can hear the wind whistling through my ears while that guy's talking to me. But they talk to you. I remember when I was my first ever job. I was a dishwasher in a cafe, and it was me with the manager and the person who was doing the coffee, the barista, both women, right? And I walk out, and I'm just literally got a big thing of like plates in my hand, and I'm putting back onto the shelves. Some guy comes in to complain. And he walks up to me. The three of us are standing there. He walks up to me and starts giving out to me, saying, "Hey, are you the manager here?" And I'm like, "I'm literally 17 years old.
Yeah, I'm a boy,
little boy holding a load of. There's two women here who are clearly like, but he just like comes straight up to me and starts giving out to me.
It's mad how
sorry,
men
sir, we'll fix it now.
They just feel like they have to talk to like some. I live in South Dublin, as you know, and if Ireland have a good like result in the rugby, people start like talking to me about, and I know fuck all about rugby, and Terry's a fucking rugby fanatic, and I could be with Terry, and they'd be like, and I'm like, she's a rugby fan, and they'd be like, yeah, but you did see the, and it's like this resistance just to actually just converse with a woman. Like men are actually just pretty scared.
Yeah. They're scared.
No, we all have our biases.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're
That's
homophobic.
true. Well, I mean, we're all homophobic.
I feel like I was homophobic saying I didn't want to get my ear pierced because of like fucking dormant toxic masculinity there. I wouldn't actually mind getting my ear pierced.
Yeah.
A bit of grey area there.
Yeah, a bit of grey area.
You can't just blame it on toxic masculinity. You were like, I'm not being a fag, is what you're trying to say.
I say he seemed to say with his eyes.
That's what you were saying. Killian's delighted. Look, what are you giggling at?
Just the way he said you put that word in his mouth, I quite enjoyed that.
We'll have to get playback on that. I don't remember saying that. But
that word in his mouth.
If you go all the way back, you can
Chance to
actually
be a
hear
fine
me
thing.
say the F slur
Yeah,
on
you
this
took my-
podcast. I did say it once back.
Did you?
Yes. Yeah, I did. I was recounting what someone else had said to me about you. And
Hillary has it in the offcuts, maybe?
no, I
Did it
think
go out?
it went live.
I think it went live.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's it. The people are preparing little dossiers on us all. We know you're doing it.
We're all learning. We're all growing. Can we get a peep, peep, peep on that?
Yes.
Peep, peep, peep.
Very
The havens alle lieb.
Um,
You guys gigging anytime soon?
I'm on tour. I'm on tour.
You take so long with the plug. Get on with it.
Come on.
But they don't need a song. They don't need a song and dance. Get into it.
I'm going to Cork. I'm going to Clonakilty. I'm going to Portlaoise. I'm going to Belfast. I'm going to Ballycotton. I'm going to Waterford. I'm going to Dundalk. I'm going to all these different places. You can find them. Link in my bio. Vicar Street, Big Vicar Street on the 30th of May. When are you playing Vicar Street, Shane?
And the 31st of May, the fucking day after you.
Wow. That's
I'll
some
just
good
do
booking.
my January ones, I suppose. So I'm kicking off my tour in Bray, and then I'm in the Moat Theatre in Naas, and then I'm in the Whale Theatre, Greystones, and then I'm in...
Hurry up.
Maybe the Mill. Shut up. No, because look, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I feel like, Tony, you stoked the flames of that as well. It wasn't that bad what I said, and you're like, give him a breath. So actually, fuck you both. I am sorry, but fuck you.
I'm sorry. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, fuck you.
Sorry, Minister, for the most unparliamentary language, but fuck you.
Fuck you, Deputy
He's
Stag.
Deputy Shane.
Back in the
Fucking
door.
Deputy
Is
Stag.
he?
He's back.
Wow.
Iconic. Why not?
Paul Gogurt, he's back.
Paul
They were
Gogurt is
talking
back.
about, we're in. Look, this is
Minister
the end. We've done the
Gogurt.
plugs and everything. We're still talking about that. I was listening to my favorite radio show.
Claiborne.
Claiborne.
Live.
Claiborne Live, not Claiborne Live, whatever it's called today, Claiborne. And then she was like talking to people, talking about trying to form the government. She was like, we had Independence TD on Paul Gogurt yesterday, and he actually made a lot of sense. And I just thought, like,
Oh my
the way I was
God.
just like, yeah, he's a joke though. He's a joke because he said "fuck you, Deputy Stag," and he released many songs. He has music
Well, it's
videos.
funny because he was getting annoyed about his the thing that he was is that someone would question his belief and his sense of honor, and in that moment now the whole country questions his like they're like he's a bit of a joke, and he's like the thing that he originally got annoyed about was being thought of as a bit of a joke. And now he is,
Paulie
I
Gogi.
guess that iconic moment.
It's
Good
like
on
being
him.
greedy and someone calling you greedy. Sometimes it just hits.
Yeah.
Well, in the most unparliamentary language, fuck you, listeners of this podcast.
Thank you very much.
Fuck you.
We love you so much.
We love you.
I want to take that from the record. I will withdraw it.
Most unparliamentary.
Bye.
They're attractive. They're very attractive.
Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around.
Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy. It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.
Killian, Sundermann!